Hello everyone, I just saw Quentin Tarantino's ninth picture, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I liked it. It was a bit of a later showing and I'm very tired, but I wanted to do this anyways. Now, before I get to this review, I do want to mention that this is, in fact, a spoiler-free review, no fake news, and you can find the real review on my website, which is spoiler-filled, in fact, to the teeth. No less. Even though this is a Tarantino film, the film does what Tarantino films based on history tend to do. Bend the circumstance and the truth, leaving the audience confused, asking, why? And I don't want to rob somebody who hasn't seen it of that experience. Normally, I'm against basing your opinion off of a review before seeing the film, but this is more of an encouragement. And if you can maybe give a like, and if you're feeling frisky, a subscribe, that'd help out a lot. It'll put bread on the table, logs on the fire, appreciate it. Like I said, the film itself is good. My initial impression was mixed because it isn't paced too evenly and I didn't feel like it was a Tarantino until a certain point, and wow, fuck, did it become a lot, but that is okay. But that's no big secret. It'd be obvious to a range of people, from a film critic like myself to a casual Tarantino fan, that there's something off about this movie. It chooses message over big violence. Old Hollywood is dying, and maybe it's better to fade away than burn out. At least that's what lead man Rick Dalton is going through, played by the seasoned Leonardo DiCaprio. His performance is pretty good. I buy his crisis completely, and I like the idea that these big Western actors were just people that had quirks and cried when they got upset. It made it very relatable to someone like me. The occasional stutter was also a good move on DiCaprio's part, or Tarantino's, I don't fucking know. Equally as good, and honestly maybe even better, was Brad Pitt as stuntman Cliff Booth. I'm from Springfield, Missouri, and if there's two things that we definitely know, it's not Chinese food and bragging on Brad Pitt. And though I'm not a big fan of most of his films, I can honestly say that my favorite performances of his are now both Tarantino pictures. I want to be Cliff Booth when I grow up. Margot Robbie's Sharon Tate was sweet and lovable, much like the late Sharon Tate herself. I didn't realize how much she does resemble the actress physically, and I think she took on the part very well. Though I have some things about her and her story that I'll get into in the spoiler review, as once again, this is the non-spoiler review. Leave a like, all that shit. The supporting cast was pretty stellar. There's some good cameos sprinkled throughout the film, and the actors portraying the Manson family terrified me. Part of this film was a horror movie, and I have mixed feelings about that, but there's no escaping it when you're dealing with Manson. The cinematography was also one of the other reasons that this felt so different from Tarantino's previous films. While retaining some of those classic compositions, it was also very modernized compared to his old stuff. It didn't feel quite as unique as the past, but I enjoyed the direction of the film 100% regardless. I don't mind that it's toned down for Tarantino, because my favorite films of his are light on the action and heavy on the character or story development. I'm all for a dialogue-heavy Tarantino movie, and as the director approaches the finale of his 10-film promise, I can only hope that we get another film like this for his bow out. This isn't my favorite Tarantino film. That one is still Inglourious Basterds, but it's on my top 5. It goes Inglourious Basterds, it goes Inglourious Basterds, Reservoir Dogs, Hateful Eight. Those two tie for 2 and 3, depending on the day. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is 4, then Django Unchained is 5th. But again, don't let that stop you from enjoying this film. I really do think that I had maybe over-anticipated that this would be my new favorite, which I should never do, shame on me. Ow! But it's still good. Don't base your opinion of that on this review or any review. Don't follow directions like this, like what me or any piece of paper might tell you. Like in 3rd grade when the teacher said, okay everyone, follow the directions on this paper. She gives you some piece of shit paper and gave you a crayon, and step 1 said write your name on the middle of the page. So you did. Then step 2 was draw a house or some dumb shit, and you did. And then step 3 was like, don't mark on the paper at all, or follow steps 1 and 2. And the teacher said, ha, you should have followed the directions, you stupid twat. I was following the directions. You confused me as a child, and it affected my ability to function as an adult. Also, overall rating, 8 weird shots of dirty feet out of 10. Go see this movie if you haven't, and if you have, see it again. Bye-bye now.